not many people know about this, but in Texas, there's a couple of banks that have a 0% down loan for a 1 to 2 unit.
I never heard of this.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the loan, but it was through Cadence Bank at the time.
Oh, Cadence Bank. That's Bank. Well, I think they were Bank Corp South.
They bought them out.
Yeah.
2 years ago or something like that.
Yeah. So they had the loan, and then also Bank of the Ozark, I think, has the loan as well, where you can do 0% down on up to a duplex. The reason why that loan is so good is because there's no PMI with 0% down. Usually there's PMI, as you guys know. Other thing too is that there's no income cap. So like a lot of these 0% down programs, there's some sort of requirement, like you can't make more than 80% of area median income. Being an engineer, I didn't meet that requirement, but you can, with this specific loan, there was no income cap. So if you made $1 million a year and you bought it in a specific, it's called a low to moderate income tract. You can just, Google LMI tract. So like in Sunnyside, Acres Homes, like these are all places that would qualify for that 0% down loan.
How you find out about that?
Yeah.
So when I was trying
I've been in real estate.
Yeah, I ain't never heard that, but Listen, welcome to another edition of the No Stingy Energy Podcast, where we talk wealth, health, relationships, and all of the mix-ups in between.
All the things.
All of the things, you know what I mean? But today, listen, man, we got a special guest,
Yes, indeed.
I
feel like a special guest.
Man.
A little busy with the kids, though, you know what I'm saying? A little soccer.
Listen, man, we got a fellow builder in Houston.
Yes, indeed.
In the building.
And he young.
Not
too many people I find younger than me, man.
That's true. So here's the deal. Listen, if you haven't already, before we even get started, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Show some love, because listen, we finna give you a whole lot of no stingy energy. So make sure you share that same kind of stingy energy with us by hitting that subscribe button and the bell button so you can be notified whenever we drop something new. But listen, my name is Byron, real estate investor out of Houston, Texas, primarily focused on the wholesale space, do a little bit of creative finance, new construction, new to the build to rent space, still excited about it. And man, I got my guy O with me, man. What's going on?
What's up? O'Neill Park, real estate investor as well. Do all real estate, pretty much love rentals. Looking to get in the builder rent as well, and proud owner of Leverage to Wealth, teaching people how to leverage where they are currently to get wealth in real estate. But I'm excited about today, man.
Yeah, man. What we got?
Man. What's up, dog? Who we got with us?
We got my guy Donovan in the building. You mind introducing yourself, man?
Yes, sir. My name's Donovan Adesaro. I'm a developer here. Builder, I don't really know how to build, so I just say developer. But I do new construction, yes, sir.
Nice.
We got to get all into it, though. So how do you say your last name again?
Adesaro, Nigerian.
Naja.
Yeah, that's the last name right there.
Yes, sir.
So how you feel about being Nigerian in Houston, man?
It's actually a good amount of Nigerians here. Actually, I was surprised when I came down here. So you can get the food, you meet the people. I have a lot of people that DM me. They say, matter of fact, if you see like ADE in the last name, like that's how my last name starts, you can pretty much guarantee that person's probably Nigerian. So
wow.
So you can point out Nigerians basically just by their name.
Mm-hmm. You see that last name, ADE, a day something, a day whatever, probably Nigerian.
That's dope. So how Nigerian are you? Are you like you eat the food?
I mean, I was born here, so I eat the food, but
more like recreational.
Yeah, like part-time,
not job. You know what I'm saying?
Part-time.
That's cool, though.
That's cool. Sure.
So you don't speak the language at all, then?
Not at all. Nah, I mean, my dad speaks it, but like he felt there really wasn't a need to teach me because like who was I going to speak it with growing up in Minnesota? You know what I mean? So
damn.
Yeah, you mentioned Minnesota, so
yeah.
Tell us about Minnesota, bro. So when I hear Minnesota, that's all I hear. That's all I feel is I get cold. Bro.
Yeah, bro, like popsicle.
You and me both. Houston's better for sure, but I mean it's like any other city. I grew up in St. Paul, Minneapolis, which is kind of a big city, similar Houston, Chicago. But it was straight. Grew up like every other inner city person, really. Public school, same old. Your typical kind of stories you hear about. Maybe friends not being the best of influences and whatnot.
Oh yeah, you didn't have the best friends? Tell us about that.
I had some good friends, but
what they was doing, man?
I don't know what they were doing personally. I don't know what they were doing. Me, I was focused on school. I could say that. But yeah, it was cool. I went down to Tulsa for college,
Okay.
and then did petroleum engineering there, which is how I ended up in
You
Houston.
graduated?
Yep, graduated petroleum engineer.
Petroleum. So that's more like, so what's the degree per se? What is it? Petroleum engineering?
That's the name of the degree. Yep. Very
It's like
specific
all
degree.
field gas, petrochemicals.
Exactly. So it's very specific to the oil and gas field. So the reason I did that was in high school, I Googled what was the highest paying major, and I said petroleum engineering. So
That's what you went
that's
for.
me.
That's what I went for.
Plus, you had a Nigerian dad too, so
Yeah, engineer. Gotta be engineer, doctor.
yeah.
Dentist.
Dentist. Yep. So,
Damn.
that's it.
So did you ever practice your degree?
Yeah, I graduated 2019, came down to Houston, was working for oil company here, and then it was all right. Pretty much like everyone else, when you get to corporate America, you realize like,
Just
man,
a number.
yeah, I can't do this for 40 years. There's like the politics of it. And so pretty quickly, within a couple of months, I was looking to figure out how to make some side income. Like, there's no way I can do this my whole life. Started looking to real estate, bigger pockets came up like everybody else, who got into real estate. Got started with my first house hack duplex here in.
You bought it or you built it?
Bought it with a 0% down loan.
Nice.
What kind of loan was that?
Yeah, so there's not many people know about this, but in Texas, there's a couple of banks that have a 0% down loan for a 1 to 2 unit. So this was through, at the
You know the
time.
name of it?
Yeah, I don't know
I never heard of this.
I don't know the name of the loan, but it was through Cadence Bank at the time.
Oh, Cadence Bank.
Cadence
That's
Bank.
like Bank Corp South.
Yeah, now it's Bank
Yeah.
South. Yeah.
Well, I think they were Bank Corp South.
They bought them out.
Yeah, you're right. It's Cadence.
2 years ago or something like that.
Yeah. So they had the loan, and then also Bank of the Ozark, I think, has the loan as well, where you can do 0% down on a duplex, up to a duplex. The reason why that loan is so good is because there's no PMI with 0% down. Usually there's PMI, as you guys know. Other thing too is that there's no income cap. So like a lot of these 0% down programs, there's some sort of requirement, like you can't make more than 80% of area median income. Being an engineer, I didn't meet that requirement, but you can, with this specific loan, there was no income cap. So if you made $1 million a year and you bought it in a specific, it's called a low to moderate income tract. You can just, Google LMI tract. So like in Sunnyside, Acres Homes, like these are all places that would qualify for that 0% down loan.
How you find out about that?
Yeah.
So when I was trying
I've been in real estate.
Yeah,
I ain't
never heard that. Yeah.
It was tough. So at first I was gonna go FHA like everybody else, but then I found a duplex on the East End, and the way they were advertising it was you can get this loan with 0% down, and at the time I'm like,
Bullshit.
what's the catch?
Yeah.
That's bullshit. So I hit him up, and sure enough, it's like, yep, as long as you buy in a certain area, you're good to go.
Wow.
So your realtor, I'm guessing, put you on.
No.
Whoever listed it.
Nope, that's the thing, is like the realtor didn't even really do anything. No offense to him. It was me, like, I'm searching the MLS, like reaching out to agents myself. So so that was me finding it.
So wait a minute. So you found this bank program, you just
Scrolling the
randomly?
MLS?
Yeah, basically randomly. Just trying to find duplexes and just reaching out to everyone who had a duplex for sale.
Do they still do that loan today?
Cadence doesn't do that loan, but Bank of the Ozark still does that loan.
Wow.
And what's the name of it one more time?
I think at the Bank of the Ozarks, it's called like the Affordable Home Loan.
That is crazy, but no income cap?
Yeah.
No.
I'll give you guys the loan officer's name, and you guys can put it, comment somewhere.
That is crazy. So, and it's only in specific areas. So I'm thinking like maybe like opportunity zone areas.
It
Or
says Sunnyside,
Yeah,
Acres
basically.
Home.
Usually opportunity zones. Yeah. I think it's called low to moderate income tracts, but it's more or less like opportunity zone tracts.
wow,
That's nice, bro.
that is
So
crazy.
you didn't bring nothing to closing?
I think I ended up bringing like $3,000 for closing costs. But yeah, nothing for the down payment.
Damn. So you became an engineer. How long you was an engineer?
So I was an engineer up until I switched jobs to a hard money lender. And
You was a hard money lender?
I work at a hard money lender now. Not
Currently?
hard money, my own. Yeah, currently I work there right now. So I still have a 9 to 5. So all my bills are on the
shit.
side, just the side gig.
Okay.
And then
So tell me that. Wait a minute. So you stopped being an engineer to be a hard money lender.
to work at a hard money lender. Yep.
Why did you make that? Is it more money or?
The money is about the same, but for me, it was more about being in real estate full time. You know what I mean? I just wanted to be around it.
Be in a space.
Yeah, be in the
Gotcha.
space.
So you want to understand financing.
Yeah. Understand what are the loan officers looking for.
So you're making over 6 figures, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's correct.
So you're a loan officer? Like you're a licensed loan officer? Or?
No, I'm not a loan officer. What I do at my at the company I work for, it's called Fund That Flip. Now it's called Upright. My job there, yeah, you probably heard of it. They're a nationwide hard money lender. I work as the investor relations director. So we have
relationships.
Basically, so we have investors that invest in some of our loans, and so my job is kind of working with them.
So you basically work with people who are looking to invest their money with a hard money lender.
Exactly. Yep.
That's a good space to
That's
be
a
in.
dope space to be in. So you talking
Hold
private.
on.
Wait a minute.
So what you doing? Like you got your own private money with your bills, or you use them?
I have my own private money with my bills.
So it's not a conflict of interest.
Because I don't use them. If I use them, there would be a conflict. Yeah.
Okay. Shit. That's nice.
Yeah.
So let me go back to the job. So how much you was making as a new engineer?
New engineer out of school, 105 was my base salary.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. I wasn't complaining.
Yeah.
And you stayed there what, about a year?
Yeah, it was like a year and a half, and then switched over to this job.
So what your dad had to say about that? I know you wasn't too happy.
You don't know.
What?
You don't know.
He gonna find out on this interview.
Still don't know?
I think my mom's probably gonna tell me eventually, but
What?
I haven't told him.
You talking about like 5 years, 6 years?
It's like 2 years. Yeah, he'll be all right. He knows I'm straight.
Damn. So when he called him,
You ain't calling him asking him to pay no bills. So
I'm good. Exactly. So
You know.
he assumes everything's good, and it
oh
is.
Lord,
Hilarious.
you ready for that conversation, bro?
Now that it's worked out a little bit, I think I'll be okay. But like starting off, yeah,
Hey,
I wasn't
bro,
gonna tell
that
him.
got to be a tough conversation.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the fact that you are in investor relations.
Yeah.
That has to be
The money.
a very valuable resource and skill set to have in the field that you're in.
And for your
I would
age.
agree. Yeah. No, I think it definitely helps because I'm
Wow.
talking to investors all day who are high net worth, who are putting money on our platform, and that those same muscles that I use to
Conversate with them.
conversate with them is what I use for my personal private deals. So it's definitely beneficial.
So how you found that job? Just on Indeed or something.com?
Good question. So funny enough, when I started my builds, I started putting a bunch of content out on Twitter. So I post a lot about all the numbers. Like you can go on my Twitter, you can see all my investor presentations. I put it all out there. So the president of the company reached out to me of Upright. They DM me on Twitter, say, hey, if you ever want to leave that engineering job, like you could come over here and do this, and you can still do your builds on the side.
Oh, shit.
Yes, you like, yo.
So that's all love then.
It's all love, yeah. They're all supportive of it. Yep.
Wow. So the owner of the company hit you up?
He's the president. He's not the owner,
Okay,
but he's like number 2 for sure.
And the company is based in Houston?
Based in Cleveland. Yep.
So they show you love.
They show me love. I think I show them love. I got their shirt
Oh,
on
yeah,
today.
about to say you got the shirt on.
Absolutely, you
It's
do.
mutual. Yeah.
So you work from the house or you got to like go in the office?
I work from home. Yep.
And so you're
you
calling investors all day.
Yeah, calling investors all day if they have problems, talking to new investors if they have questions, like they just want to find out about because not many people know you can invest into hard money loans.
So how safe is that from an investor standpoint? Let's say if somebody,
that's nice.
yeah, that's pretty dope. I would put.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know you're interested in
Yeah. So tell me this. So let's say I give you $100,000.
Yeah.
What you doing with that $100,000?
So on our platform, you can split it up a couple of different ways. You can put each investment as a minimum $5,000. So if you want to invest in a singular loan, it's a minimum $5,000. So that way, right, you can kind of diversify your risk. So you can invest in 20 different loans.
20 different $5,000 loans.
20 different $5,000 loans. Exactly.
So how much percent is he making on that 100,000 and how long a period?
He's making somewhere between 10 to 12% annually, right? Because we're charging the borrower
Right.
10, 12%.
Yeah.
So that's basically what you're making. And then it's a hard money loan, right? So you know
Yeah.
it's short term. So it's 6 to 12 months usually.
Wow.
So
Why black people don't know about this shit?
I didn't know about this. until I joined the
Yeah.
company.
Because at the end of the day, I think that's much safer than going to stocks or let's just say you could put down and put your 401k money in there.
I have my personal money on there too. Like my liquid
yeah.
cash that I
So
have
how
on
do
there.
they make money if they're charging? Is it from if they're giving
They probably
investors
charge
10 to
each
12
individual loan super high, I'm sure.
or
Well,
points?
Yeah, exactly. The points. So we make majority of the revenue is from the points. So we charge 2 points, just like most hard money lenders. Nothing too crazy. And then if we charge the borrower 12, we may offer it to you, as the accredited investor at 11.5. So we may make barely anything. But majority is from the origination fee.
Wow. So that's where you guys make y'all money.
It's where we make our money. Yep.
And y'all minimum loan is $5,000.
The minimum investment is $5,000.
So what is the minimum loan somebody can get from y'all?
Usually 100.
100K?
Yeah.
And strictly real estate, or it could be personal loan, or
strictly residential real estate. So 1 to 4 unit stuff. Yep.
So what's the requirement to get funding from y'all? Do you know that, or that's not your lane?
Yeah. So actually, when I joined the company, I was on the borrower's, like the sales side. It's like a loan officer side. So I was going to people's job sites. You know what I mean, meeting them and whatnot. And so our requirements, you do have to be experienced because we obviously have investors in our loans. For their safety.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't want to invest in like brand new projects. So typically minimum 4 projects completed, 650 plus credit. We can work with like 600 plus. That's really the requirement. And you got to have like some reserves and whatnot, but it's really, have you done what you're asking a loan for? Like if you want to do a flip, have you done a flip before? 4 of those. And then do you have decent enough credit so we know we'll be paid back? And if you do, then we see.
Y'all mainly do flips, or you do like new construction too?
We're at like 50-50 right now. So we do a lot of new construction right now. Yep.
Damn.
Yep. So
and y'all charge 2 points minimum.
2 points is usually the maximum, to be quite honest.
That's not too bad.
Yeah. No, it's not crazy. We'll do like 1.5 to 2.
That's not
2
bad.
points. Yep.
Damn, bro. Right now?
Yeah, we'll get you guys alone.
I'm about to fuck with them.
Yeah.
Come on.
Now, you probably can't say. I ain't gonna lie. Hard money lenders suck. So how long y'all take to actually close a product if you have all your ducks in a row?
If you got your ducks in a row, 2 weeks. The first time.
They getting better.
Yeah, they're getting better.
Hard money is getting bro.
You know, they used to advertise 15 days. 10 days. I ain't never seen
it.
It
used to be bullshit. Now though,
Yeah.
it's hard money lenders literally
2
right
weeks.
now. No, bro, like a week, bro.
Yeah?
48 hours, bro. If your stuff is
If all your shit in order.
your shit in order, they can fund within 42 hours.
48
hours.
Long as the title clear.
Yeah, that's like, and I'm surprised, and I don't know if that's an industry thing that has changed or what's going on, because the bait and switching is getting a little less. They used to do a lot of bait and switching kind of.
Yeah.
A lot of hard money lenders over the past year actually went out of business.
So the best of the best are around.
Pretty much, yeah. If you're still standing at this point, you're probably.
Why would a hard money lender go out of business?
So it's a great question. So, like I said, the points are the big way hard money lenders make money, right? 2%. And so they charge you the 2%. They give you the $150,000 loan or whatever it is. And that $150,000 loan they may put that on a credit line. So the hard money lender themselves may then leverage the loan they gave you. And what happens is, like with the rates going up so quickly, they may, or if people don't pay back the loans quick enough, they may run out of money, right? If you have $5 million to lend out and you make $50,000, $100,000 loans, or $50,000, $100,000 loans, you're kind of out of money. So if those don't pay back in the time period that you're expecting them to, and the reason why they might not pay back, for example, nowadays is rates are 9%, right?
Right.
So maybe you had a flip that you started last year, you thought it was gonna sell
at this, but
at this.
The rates are higher, prices are lower.
Yeah.
Don't make sense to refinance.
Exactly. So now your loan is outstanding longer than the hard money lender's loan is outstanding longer than they may have expected, and now they're out of money.
Wow.
And now you can go out of business that way because you don't have any money to lend out.
So what do they do at that point? Do they sell the mortgages to other companies, or you're not sure on that?
Yeah, usually they're not. They can sell to other companies. A lot of times, like I said, they'll have like a warehouse line of credit with the bank. Just meaning the bank says, we'll give you 70 cents on the dollar for that loan. So for example, they issue you guys $100,000 loan.
They'll pay $77,000.
Yeah, they'll go get $70,000 back from that bank to recycle the money, right? But you can only do that so many times.
Yeah, before you get in trouble.
Exactly. And so
that's
the lending space crazy, man.
Yeah, man, because they flipping money. It's a different.
Exactly.
So what made you say real estate out of all other businesses from engineering? Because I'm sure you like you working as an engineer, and you like
Looking for a side hustle.
looking for a side hustle.
Yeah.
What made you say real estate?
I mean, I looked at everything like e-commerce, Amazon stores. I was like, man, should I drive for Uber? I mean, I thought of everything.
What made you want to get a side hustle?
Yeah.
Because you're making good money.
Yeah.
That's a good question. So like, really though, I felt like I was making good money, but once you pay your rent, I think I was paying $1,200 rent, which wasn't bad. But then car insurance, I had a new car. I mean, really, I was only saving like maybe $800 a month. I was like, if I'm making six figures out of school, what am I gonna be able? Like, that's nothing really. $800 a month saving.
Yeah.
That's not very much.
Yeah.
So
Pretty trash.
pretty trash. And be blunt with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So long story short, I wasn't happy with the amount of savings. I was like, man, I need to be able to save more money because I was like, I can't work this job for 40 years. And so that's what made me start looking on YouTube for e-commerce. I did Forex trading.
What made you say you're not gonna do just more hours? Because most people think,
Overtime.
yeah, if I want to make more money, I just work more overtime. What made you?
The problem was on salary, right? The 105,000 was salary.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
I did. I worked a lot more. Like I'm thinking I was gonna get a good bonus because I'm working more than the next guy.
Yeah. No.
No. You don't get no bonus. They say thank you for the more work and that's it. That's all they give you.
Wow.
So, yeah.
How they made you feel?
I was upset.
Yeah. It's like, this is not a good deal.
That's some bullshit.
No, they wanted.
I think salary is bullshit because for that reason.
Yeah.
Once they know they got you, like, well, we gonna work your ass like a dog.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's always gonna be that overachiever.
Yeah.
That's gonna mess it up for everybody.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yo.
I was kind of that guy a little bit.
Yeah. That's the overachiever that mess it up for everybody.
Yeah. Now I'm out of there though, so
Wow.
they got it. But
Damn.
Interesting. And so you were like, so if you had been in a job that would have given you real bonuses, real potential overtime, do you think you still would have strayed outside of that for other opportunities?
It's a good question. Probably not, to be honest. Like, if I would have got a bonus that I felt was like in line with the work I was putting in, instead, like basically what happened was anyone who got hired the same year I started, we all got the same bonus. Right, no matter what you did, you did nothing all year, you did a lot all year. So because of that, that's really when I was like, oh yeah, I'm out this.
It was socialism. It was like, nah,
some bullshit.
Basically, yeah.
Like, I can't do this socialist stuff. Like,
Nah. I want to be rewarded if I do better, and I want to take the blame if I lose. That's
absolutely.
How I feel. Yeah,
That's how it should be though.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Corporate America ain't built like that.
Yeah. Well, I would say a lot of it is actually.
Overall.
At a big company, agreed. Like,
overall.
Smaller companies, they gonna pay you what you're worth.
Yeah, overall though.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
So you transitioned to real estate, and what was your first real estate experience?
The very first one, again, was that new construction duplex that I bought just from a builder. I didn't build that one.
So you bought a retail?
I bought a retail off the MLS like everybody else. And then from there, I was like, man, I want to stay in real estate. But as you know, with like those owner-occupied loans, you have to live in it for at least a year. So like I couldn't go do another house hack immediately because, I was
just moved in.
It's like, man, how do I stay in real estate but still, I don't know. Yeah, basically
keep
doing it. And I tried to wholesale like we talked about before the show. That was a nightmare. It was, again, like I didn't, it wasn't even a good, I'm not going to talk about it.
You gotta break it down. You gotta break it down,
Okay, so me and my friend who also works at that same company, we both were kind of feeling the same way. We're like, man, let's get into wholesaling. You don't need a lot of money to start. Like, we could do this. We get a list from list source. We start calling it. We're, calling it one time, throwing away the list, buying a new list every time.
This is a disaster.
So we go through it one time. Out of the list of like 100, maybe one person answers and they say, I don't want to talk, and they hang up. And so
I was getting discouraged.
You just throwing the list away.
Just throwing the list away like, man, that list is bad. That's what I thought. Like, that list is bad.
You never thought you was bad.
I never thought I was bad. I said, we got the wrong list, man.
We got the wrong list.
The wrong list. I don't know who made that list, but that's wrong. That's not it. So let me go spend money for a new one.
Yeah.
Cold call it. Eventually we started, and as you know, cold calling a singular list, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, bro.
And when you work in a full
training too.
You
you can't do it.
Yeah, it'll kill the morale.
Yeah. So finally we figured out like you could do ringless voicemail.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Again, like we talked about before the show, I got one under contract in Beaumont. It was a vacant lot. Drove over there. I was competing with another wholesaler. I was like, man, I'll come there right now if you sign this contract. He said, okay. So I got in my car and drove right there that day. Got the contract signed. Started calling realtors to be able to... I called realtors who had sold lots in that area to try and, hey, you got a buyer? Someone eventually had one. But in the contract, I didn't specify that the buyer pays the closing costs. So my whole, like, me and my partner's whole, like, $4,000, $5,000 wholesale fee was eaten up by those closing costs. I think we got, like, $600 to split between us.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so...
So you got $300 on your
$300 on your first deal?
Yeah, my first deal.
Oh, that's
So that
horrible.
was, yeah, I didn't do that anymore.
Sounds like it costs a lot of money too.
Oh yeah, we spent probably
Because list was
$1,000.
high.
Yeah,
Yeah,
list source is
list
not
was
cheap.
high.
Yeah,
Oh, so y'all went to list source.
Yeah.
went to list source.
They paid
Then y'all had to
35%.
skip trace it too, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, we might be out a couple grand. Yeah,
took a L.
lost money on that deal, for sure. Yeah.
Wow.
And
And so you were done with wholesale.
I was done with wholesaling. I was like, nah, that's not it. That's not for me.
That's not for you.
so is your friend still in real estate?
Nah, that was kind of his last deal. He went back to just hustling at his job because, like, you
So
know,
he's still
he still had his job.
petrochemical.
Yep, engineer at the company. Now he's getting the real estate a little bit, but for like wholesaling, that was the last deal for
dead.
both of us. That's dead. Yeah.
So
agreed.
what'd you learn from that experience?
It's like I'm not good at maybe working with sellers, or I don't know if it's that, but I don't have the patience for it. That's what I learned about myself. Like, I don't have the patience to deal with the follow up. Like, I just want to get in and go. Pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's
People like him need Taskify CRM.
It did. That's a
It
fact.
do, it do it for you.
I might have to sign it up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Do
it
the
might
work,
help me out.
do the follows for you.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what I didn't have was the follow up. Yeah. So
Love
So after you failed on your first wholesale deal, what was like next? You started getting back on Bigger Pockets? You started getting back on YouTube?
yeah, both. So Bigger Pockets, listening to that on the way to work on YouTube, and then on Bigger Pockets they're talking about like burring. You know, buy,
Yeah.
rent, or buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. And I was like, that makes sense. Like, you can get into a property with the same amount of capital and recycle it. Like, I like it. And so that's when I started to look for flips basically on Facebook, and would try to buy them off the MLS, which, you know, far and few between to find a flip on MLS. So long story short, I couldn't make any of those numbers work and started to look at developing. Like, what if I just put a new construction duplex similar to what I just bought, right, with my 0% down loan? Because I knew the builder on that one probably made like 40, 50 grand. Wasn't a ton, but it was enough to me. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. 40, 50 grand. Is
That's
a lot.
half your salary.
Salary. And remember, I was saving $800 a month. I was like, yeah, if I could just get 20 grand, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
If I could break even, I'd be happy. Compared to that wholesale deal. So, so the margins on the new builds just looked better. It took longer, but I was willing to sacrifice it because it felt like it was a little bit more, I won't say guaranteed, but like the probability of making money felt a little bit higher on the new builds.
So at what age were you at when you actually started that new build process? You was what, 25? Turned 26?
23?
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Yeah, because I graduated, 23, 24, yep.
That's bold, right?
You gotta have some big nuts, bro.
I mean, I think it wasn't even big nuts. I think I was just too dumb to know what I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, if I knew how hard it was going to be, probably wouldn't have done it. But,
You wouldn't have done it, but you had to see it through, though.
But that's good you start younger rather than older, because the older you get, the more fearful you get.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So,
That's true.
Young and dumb.
So how did that happen? You strictly YouTubed it out? You hired a mentor? You gotta talk to this from the beginning to do
Right. So I wish I would have hired a mentor. Let me start there. I did not hire a mentor. I was like, can't be that hard.
YouTube it out.
Can't be that hard. Like, what do you mean? So I'm on YouTube. I'm getting in these Facebook groups, like looking for builders, looking for lots. I'm calling builders, meeting them at their job site.
So you were strictly like, I'm doing new construction. This is what I'm finna do.
Oh yeah, I'm about to figure it out.
I'm doing a brilliant.
It's easy, right? That's what I thought. It's easy. I'm gonna do it.
This shit sound like me, bro.
So I'm calling builders. Go ahead, sorry.
No, you sound just like me though. I just strictly YouTube my way.
Basically, YouTube University, like that's really what helped me. So I'm calling builders, figuring out build costs, and then I'm looking for architects, talking to builders, asking, who's the architect you used on your last build, for example. And yeah, just figuring out the numbers. And so once I had the numbers figured out, and when I say the numbers, I mean, okay, I know the land is X, construction is going to be Y, and I can sell it for Z. And the reason why I knew those numbers was because I just kind of did the research, talked to builders. I knew what I bought my duplex for. So that was like the price I assumed I could sell it for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, because I wanted to build in Sunnyside, which is where I bought my duplex. So I already had a comp ready to go. So yeah, once I got all those numbers, then I was like, okay, I just need the money for the land, and I don't know where I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna find it, because I don't have the 30, 40, 50 grand, which is what it cost at the time, to buy the land in cash. Yeah.
So how did you get the land?
Yeah.
So once I realized what the numbers were, I basically put together a presentation and was like, here's what I have, here's the opportunity I have, almost like a investment. It sounds like
a pitch.
Like a pitch.
Yeah.
But it wasn't all that. It was basically like 3 slides. I was like, hey, we could build in Sunnyside. I need 50 grand for the cash or for the land. And then I already know who I'm gonna use for the permits. I'm gonna use the same architect that built my duplex that I live in. And then I already had a GC lined up through the Facebook group. I had the exit value based on the comp that I live in. And then I just started pitching it to investors on these Facebook groups, these real estate Facebook groups.
So when you was pitching them, you was going directly to their inbox or commenting on previous posts?
Good question. Yeah, so a little bit of both. I tried the direct approach where I would just send them DMs. Not many people like to be pitched in DM by someone who doesn't have any experience or money, right? Because I didn't have anything at the time.
Nothing but a duplex.
I didn't even build, right? I just bought it.
Oh, that is crazy.
No experience. So what I did was I guess a little bit strategically looked for people who posted about out-of-state investing, and I would go and comment, hey, we can build this duplex and I'll be your boots on the ground. The reason why I focused on them was because I knew if they were okay with out-of-state investing, they're okay with not necessarily like seeing their money or seeing their product each day.
And you did it on Facebook?
On Facebook. So I go.
So what you was typing in?
I was looking up. I literally would go to a Facebook group. Real Estate Rookie was one of the Facebook groups, which is one of the bigger pockets ones, and just search out-of-state investing. And then post came up. I would comment, hey, I got this opportunity in Houston. We can build a duplex. I only need 50 grand. And I had to pitch like maybe 40-ish to 50 people
before bad.
I got the first one.
That's not bad. So the first investor you got was different out of state?
A doctor in New Jersey.
And you still use him today?
Yep, and I still haven't met him.
What?
Wow.
Still haven't met him. We've done 10 deals, I think.
So tell me this.
What?
So you wait a minute. So you got the money from him.
Yep.
And what was the pitch? What was the break? What was the numbers?
Yeah, the numbers were he would put in 50 grand for the cash, or 50 grand of cash for the land, and then I think 10 grand of that, 40 of it was for the land, 10 grand was for plans and permits. Then we were going to use the land as collateral for the construction loan.
Yeah.
That way I didn't have to raise more cash from him.
Yeah.
And then I think ultimately his returns that I projected were like 40, 50%. And
of the profit?
Of the profit. 40, 50% on his money.
Okay, gotcha. So
essentially what I pitched was 75-25 split. And the way I pitched it was like, no, I don't get any fees. I don't get anything until we sell and do a profitable project. That way I showed him like that I was aligned with him, right? Like if I don't execute, I don't make any money.
Yeah.
So that was my whole pitch was like, okay, like I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any experience. I don't have money.
You gave him a lot of...
I basically gave him the whole, right? Like,
you
gave him the deal.
Yeah.
Right? Like I did it for free, right? Really for the education.
Yeah.
25% of, I think the profit was maybe 50 grand or something. So like, I don't know, a couple of grand. I didn't really make much. The point of it was like, I just really needed to get that first one under my belt.
Yeah.
And I could leverage that to get the future ones.
So with that first one, you got trust with him.
Yeah.
Y'all built a relationship and you learned everything.
Pretty much. Yep.
And he got paid for taking a risk on somebody that didn't know what
the hell they was doing.
Exactly.
And so he knew that? Like,
oh yeah.
I got on the phone, you said, look, this is my first deal.
Yeah, we got on the phone. I basically tried to pitch it like I pitched it like I knew how to lease property because that duplex I bought.
Gotcha.
Now you and all of us know that means absolutely nothing. that means absolutely nothing.
Wow.
But it worked. Here we are.
That doctor he must got a lot of money, bro.
He's got a couple dollars on. He's like 66.
He got to,
Indian
because
guy.
he just throwing 50 bands to somebody.
So real quick. So how much did you profit yourself
on that one? Yes, like 25%, and I think the profit was like 50 grand on that deal. So I made like 10, 12, 15 grand or so.
10, 15 grand.
That's
so you
good
did
deal.
make some money.
I made some money. Yep.
That's amazing.
That's good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But how long was the whole process?
Good question.
Probably a year.
Because it probably might not be no profit.
So I pitched it as it being like 7 months. Another example for anyone who wants to do this: don't assume best case for every
Worst case
scenario. Yeah. So I assume best case permits in 3 months. Crazy,
Not
right?
happening.
Ridiculous. I assume construction 4 months, right? That's what everyone talks about it. No. Maybe someone can do that, but you're gonna pay 50% more for it, right?
Yeah.
If you can use the cheaper guy, it's not gonna be done in 4 months. It's gonna take at least 6. So the first one actually went terrible, and let me explain why. A couple of different reasons. So not only did the GC never built a duplex before, and the issue with that, and at the time there was
2 people don't know what they do.
2 people. Exactly.
This sounds like a horrible team so far.
It's not the dream team. It's not the dream team. So I assumed he was okay. He was like, cause he told me this up front. Like he told me he never built a duplex, but he was like, oh, I just read the plans, and I was like, again, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, we good.
Yeah.
Now what happened was a duplex is basically a single family, 2 single families with a firewall in between.
He didn't put a firewall.
Exactly.
Yo.
And the problem with not putting a firewall is once it's already framed up, you can't
You can't just
go
wedge
muscle it in there.
Yeah.
Wedge it in there. And so we're going back and forth with the city on this, and the city inspector was like, dude, you have to put a firewall. I don't know. Like, it says it in the plans. He's literally telling me this. Like, he didn't follow the plan. What do you want me to do right now? And sure enough, to make things better, the GC ended up cussing out the city inspector because it was taking so long to approve it. Off of his mistake, he cussed this. So, of course, we're already delayed at this point. We're like 8 months in. It's supposed to be done like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So anyways, the timeline's blown. We're basically what happened. I don't know what we had to do. We had to like finesse around it. I mean, we did it. We got the firewall in, but it was a little ugly looking. We had to fit drywall in between the two. Exactly. So and the firewall drywall is 1 inch thick, whereas the regular drywall is like
half inch, 3/4.
Half inch, yeah. So, anyways, as you could tell, that first one was, not easy. And so, when I'm giving the investor the report, GC just cussed out the city inspector, so probably won't be done for at least another few months. So I could feel it through the phone. He's like, "Why did I give my money to this dude?" Like, I just felt the disappointment in his voice.
You heard it?
I heard it. I felt it in my soul. Like, I was disappointed in myself.
That's a hard call to make, though. That's a hard call.
I'd have been panicking.
But it was a real call to make.
A real call.
Had to respect you for that.
Right.
Some people would just
They would
duck that
say
conversation, bro.
Yeah.
So how often were you reporting back to the investor?
It was
Like every 2 weeks, every month, once a month?
Yeah, mostly every month. But if he, asked a question, I would get back to him that day. If he's like, "Hey, how we doing?" I would get back to him like immediately.
Yeah.
But if he didn't say anything, I would send him an email update every month of like, "Here's where we are. Here's pictures of it." So I try to be as transparent as possible. Like, basically, my whole pitch was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna figure it out. Like,
And you told him that.
I didn't say I didn't know what I'm doing, but I said I'm gonna figure it out.
I'm gonna figure it out.
I'm gonna figure it out. He knew I didn't know what I was doing, but like
he's like, I'm getting 50-40% on my money.
Yeah.
exactly. So
That's still a win, though.
Bro, 40% on your money?
Yeah.
Bro, that is crazy. Annual?
So is he using his retirement?
he's just using just his
Just
cash.
liquid?
He
Yeah.
has a couple of franchises that he owns. He's a doctor in New Jersey, so
So you made him a lot of money so far already.
Oh yeah, I made at this point. Yeah, I'm trying to do the math. Like
300,000-400,000 probably.
yeah, I think more because he put in at this
Keep
point,
putting more and more, I'm sure.
yeah. So he put in like 600 at this point, and he's probably
Damn.
some of it's still ongoing, but he's doubled his money basically on almost because remember the prices ran up the last 2 years as well.
Oh yes, y'all were crazy.
Shit.
So like what I projected that we sold at, I think I was thinking we would sell at 350. That ended up being 420. So like he's taking 75% of that, right?
Oh,
Y'all still on the 70?
Y'all still got the same deal?
Now, I think now it's like 70-30. So
Why you don't
give a
renegotiate, man?
what I do is I get new investors for that point.
Gotcha.
He's a little stuck in his. It's hard for him to understand like why I would get more, even though like, okay, dude, I have experience.
Yeah,
So
It's different.
It's different, yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all just got a relationship at this point.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, he was the first one that took a chance on me. So like, I'm
like a loyalty
Can't cut him
there.
off. You
Yeah,
can't cut
I'm
him
not
off.
gonna cut him off. So I'll give him a deal every now and then, and give him his favorable terms. But yeah, for new investors, it's a different story.
Yeah. What are your new investor?
So on the recent deal, like we put under contract, we're closing next week. Two investors, or it's a investor, they're putting in $180,000 for the land, 2 lots, and then the plans and permits. And then I'm paying them, it's like 15% on their money, and then they get, and then 20% of the profit. So I take 80%, and then they keep, I pay them 15% of them, and they keep 20%. Yeah. So basically, what it works out to is me end up making like double or a little over double than what I would usually make. So I think on those ones, like maybe I'll take home like 40 per instead of me taking home 10 per.
Oh God.
So
40K per house.
Yeah.
So how are you finding your new investors?
New investors, people are asleep on Twitter. A lot.
You still on Twitter?
Man, Twitter has the most heaviest hitters. Right, you're talking about heavy hitter.
I'm at the follow you, bro.
You gotta get on Twitter.
So what's your Twitter, man? Tell people your
Twitter's
Twitter.
Donovan Builds. I share, again, just what we're doing here, all the mistakes, all the numbers. But yeah, a lot of heavy hitter investors are on there. They have like 10 followers. They'll DM you when they see what you're about and ask you to invest.
So how are you tracking them? You using hashtags? You tagging
Just
Houston?
documenting your story.
Just documenting, honestly. Like I'm not hashtagging. There's
My Twitter sucks. Ain't nobody coming at me like that. I'm trying to post, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's like a real estate community who all like post about real estate, and they have a annual conference like just really for the Twitter people, and it's like $5,000 to go to just to take.
Like a mastermind.
It's like a mastermind, but you're not. Yeah, it's like a conference. Like there's not. I guess like a mastermind a little bit, but anyways, this is how I build further relationships with them is by going to some of these events and then document my story on Twitter so they can see. Like they like seeing the mistakes, they like seeing how I handle things.
Yeah.
Like that's what gives them confidence to shoot me a DM. So
you have more relationships on Twitter than Instagram.
Oh, by far. Yeah.
So you're not really on Instagram.
Well, Twitter is an older crowd too, right?
Yeah.
More sophisticated crowd too.
For sure.
So you don't use LinkedIn at all?
I do.
Because that's a lot of investors too.
Yeah, I have like maybe
That
one.
shit boring though.
It's very boring.
Yeah.
I have like one investor from LinkedIn, maybe like 2 from Instagram, and then again majority from Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Twitter dangerous for me. I just need to switch my following. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, you're in the wrong place.
guard.
You're in the wrong community.
Facts. I mean, you know.
The only thing you're gonna get on Instagram is a bunch of like, booty
Twitter.
pics maybe or something
Pretty
crazy
much.
like that.
Twitter's a wild place, bro. But I need to be in his space.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you got to get in there.
So, bro, you've done like 20 something bills. You got 20 plus bills to date, and you got about 18
7
in
duplexes.
permit right now.
Yeah, 18 in permitting. I got 2 duplexes under construction right now, and then 3 single-family homes under construction. So 5
projects.
Yeah, 5 projects under construction.
How many doors is that?
9 doors.
9 doors.
Under construction.
No, sorry, that's 2 duplexes is 4 plus 3, 7. 7 doors under construction, and then doors in permitting would be 36 because those are all duplexes, 18 duplexes.
Wow.
God damn. So how you managing all this shit?
Yeah.
And you still got a job. So because some people listening feel like it's impossible to do anything.
Even do one.
It's impossible to do anything when they got a job. So how you doing it?
Yeah, I mean, it means sacrificing a little bit at the end of the day. So
What that look like, the sacrifice?
So if I get off work, it's Now it's a little bit more easier, but when I got started, it was constantly either looking for investors, running numbers, driving by the job site, checking on how things are going. Because all my builds are in Sunnyside, I also live in Sunnyside, so I'm like a 2-minute drive.
Yeah.
So I could hit all of them real quick. So,
and that's the reason why you stay in that area.
It's a big part of it. Is like,
what made you pick Sunnyside?
Because that's where the comps
That's
were.
the initial comp because he moving that duplex.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And so people always DM me asking, how do I know what to build? On your first, honestly, couple of builds, like I wouldn't go and try like set a new comp that no one's ever done before. Like, especially if you have other people's money, very risky to do it that way. So I built something that was already in the area, right? So I knew what it would appraise for roughly.
Because you had already did it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
You bought one.
I bought one. Yeah. So that's how I got
Smart.
started.
I like that. So tell me about this. What's like the goal? Cause you still like 27, so you just plan on just building for the rest of your life, or what's it looking like?
I want to do, so I have a project going on in Minnesota. I guess I forgot that. So that's a duplex in Minnesota.
So it is 9
That's 9. Yeah. 9 units.
So you're building somewhere way...
at home.
Yeah, at home, basically my hometown. So
How are you checking in on that?
I have a partner who went to high school. This is a project with the city. So this is affordable housing for those. So anytime you have a subsidized dollar, basically meaning city money, federal money, they make you restrict the income you can sell it to or you can rent it to.
Affordable housing.
For affordable housing. So my partner is kind of watching that. I'm going to still fly back up and forth and make sure it's going okay.
Yeah.
Because construction has
Make sure it has a firewall.
Yeah.
Number one thing I check right now. Listen, you got the firewall? All right, we're good. And don't cuss out the inspector.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. You never win cursing out inspectors.
No, you cannot. They're the judge, jury, executioner. So you do what they say.
Damn.
So yeah, the goal is I want to do more missing middle housing. Missing middle being kind of that 2 to 20 unit range throughout the country. That would be my goal. It's like
Cause nobody really building that.
You say 2 to 20 like
Units.
multifamily.
small multifamily basically.
Cause nobody really building that. Like
Nobody's
talking about-
building that. But tell me this though, is it money in that space? Well, how the numbers work? How that work?
For me, I
Yeah.
think I got a lot of money there because most people are chasing 100+ units.
This is what I think.
Kind of probably a blue
And I would-
ocean for that.
I would love for you to check me if I'm wrong on this. But from a financial standpoint, just me thinking about it, the only way it would make sense is if it's not billed as a multifamily, but it's more connected as a multifamily. And what I mean by that is,
So you're talking about like 4 duplexes instead of all together.
yeah, like
four units.
Yeah, like four
Individual
units.
bidder.
Yeah, and then broken up, and then like
Sell it
that
as
way.
Yeah.
No, the reason why I say that is because, bro, once you start building a multi-family like a 100 unit, that's where your profit comes because you have economies of scale.
Right.
Am I misunderstanding anything on that, or how are you planning on doing that and making it? Because what happens is if it's a 20 unit, that's a full-time job for somebody. Because you can't hire nobody to...
Maintenance, all that.
Yeah. No, you hit the nail on the head. It's a lot more efficient to do 100+ units, 75 units.
Yeah.
But like you said, the caveat is because nobody's doing it, if you can find a way to do it profitably, I have no competition.
People
So
buy this shit all day.
Gotcha.
my goal with any business I'm in, I don't want to have competition. I want to be able to set the market.
That's why you don't like wholesaling.
Yeah. That's why all my duplexes are sub 400K. Nobody's doing it. So I set the price. If you want a duplex under 400K, and
So
You're
you're
the guy.
you gotta come.
If he
to
in Sunnyside, then you around Brittany Rogers.
Yep. Yeah. So she has them too.
So y'all building a lot in the same areas.
Same area. Yeah.
And y'all using each other comps basically.
She was I'm a big fan of hers.
Me too.
I was the one. So her comp is what I initially used to get started. So
Gotcha.
Oh.
yep. So
She got a lot of duplexes.
she got a lot of duplexes.
Yeah.
Yep. So same thing.
What street was it on? You remember?
My first one was on Southwind Street. This was in South Park. So like
South Wind.
433.
Yeah.
Other side of Colon.
So all these lots that you get, you buying them all off the MLS, or how you getting at it?
I'd say like 60% are cash from wholesalers usually, and then like
Okay.
a good 30-40% are off the MLS as well.
So what type of price point you buying the lots at in Sunnyside in today's market? Like right now.
Yeah, today the 2 of them under contract to close next week are 75 grand a piece.
And what's the square footage?
5,000 square feet.
I got one for you, man. I really do.
At a better price, huh?
Nah, I literally just passed because somebody was offering me one for 70, and it's 7,500 square foot.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
And it's not in the flood zone.
I'm a buyer.
All right, I'm gonna connect you.
Yeah,
So all these lots that you buying, do you buy any with your own cash or you get investors for all of them?
Investors for all of them.
What's the reason for that?
I feel like I can do a lot more not using my money.
So you just keep your money to the side.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so here's my theory, or my thing is I keep my money for, I guess, contingency, right? So
If something go wrong,
And
something go wrong, reserves, right? So when draws are slow, right? We're talking about hard money lenders being slow. Flow, right? So if I have, like we were talking earlier, in February I had 15 builds, duplexes under construction, and so the float was crazy, 100 grand, 150 grand just out, like. And so if I put my money into...
You don't have no float money.
Exactly. So I could only get, 2 builds with that, or 2 pieces of land with 150 grand, but it could float me on 15 bills.
15 bills.
Yeah.
So you don't use business credit, lines of credit, none of that?
I do a little bit. I use business credit I use for my plans and permits. So I put those on the credit card, typically.
What type of credit card?
So I have like a Chase business credit, what's another good one? The Amex Blue Sapphire and the Amex Gold. I have.
So you getting them points?
Getting them points?
A little bit, yeah. A couple thousand points here and there. Flight or two.
What software are you using to manage all of this?
Yeah, so there's a...
Still figuring it out?
Yeah, so there's... The reason why I'm hesitating because there's one I have set up, but I barely even use it. Like, I need to get more maybe structure with this. So actually, the company I work for, Upright, we acquired a company called Flipper Force. They're like a project management, and so I was using them because you can put in your new builds. You can have a Gantt chart. You can have like when you want to have X complete by. So I have everything set up in there. I haven't used it as much recently because I didn't have as many builds going on. But when I had 15 builds going, that's what I was using. But when I have like 5, 6, I can kind of handle it just in my head, really.
in your head.
In my head, yeah.
I'm trying to see where the confidence come from to do all this shit at one time, but that's a lot.
Like I said, I'm not confident. I'm just kind of dumb. You know what I mean? Like, that's really what it is.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
You just dumb your way into a couple $100 grand?
Failed my way into it.
18
couple
bills,
million
bro.
in properties?
Not that smart. Yeah. I'm just a regular person.
But you're an engineer too, though.
Yeah, but...
Used to cheat?
Me?
Yeah, a little bit.
On homework, yeah. Cheat all the time.
Yeah.
On tests, nah, I don't mess with that in college. They get
Yeah,
kicked
you
out.
Yeah. Don't play that.
They kicked me out before. Kicked me out of class.
Kicked you out of class.
Yeah,
You
bro.
was class clowning.
Nah, cheat, bro. Hey, bro. College hard, bro.
College is hard, for real.
Bro.
For real.
Yeah.
I'm trying to cheat, man.
Trying to get the answer to the shit.
That shit hard, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shit, that shit wasn't for me.
Thought about it a few times.
Thought about it. Yeah.
It's a dangerous game, but it's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, wait a minute, man. So, you're doing all of these bills in your head. No software.
I should have some software, but nah.
As a systems guy, what does that tell you? Chaos?
No, you know what it tells me?
What?
He leaving some profit on the table.
Yeah.
That's what it tells me.
Okay.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. You know, I'm big on systems. Everybody know I love some systems. I love me some software.
You already got yours
I love
already.
to fire my brain.
Yep.
Man, I already got software.
Yeah.
I'm learning software now, even though I'm new to the space, because I know that it gives me the ability to
Track everything. Smoothly.
and I know exactly. And then I can increase profit, decrease waste,
See where you're losing
see
money
where I'm
at.
losing money, see what I need to do more of.
Right.
But that's everybody to each his own. You are planning on selling or keeping everything that you get, so it doesn't really matter to you.
Yeah.
That's a different.
I got a question with that. So you got 14 units right now?
Yeah, rented.
How do you know if you want to keep it or sell it?
Yeah, good question. I mean...
Or you don't know?
Yeah, honestly, depending on where rates are, I don't know, right? So that was the big thing was...
And how you working it out with the investors too?
The goal was to keep everything. That was the initial pitch. It's like, we're going to build to rent these. Now with, again, rates being
so high.
Taxes being high, right?
Yeah.
Insurance being
Insurance
high.
is crazy.
Shit gotta go.
Yeah. So basically what I work out with my investors is I'll listen to their input, but ultimately I'm going to decide on
It's
what
your
we're going to do.
decision.
Yeah. Because I'm the one, boots on the ground, so like, it's hard for
But
them.
they're cool regardless.
Yeah, they're cool. Again, they see the money sign, they're good
it's like
either way.
So I'm
play.
thinking, if you do if you keep it, you just cash out, refi them out, or they stay in it.
They stay in it.
You just pay them less than what they was gonna get, because you only can cash out, refi at 70, 75% depending on who you, or it could be 80 depending on who you go with.
Right. So like, let's say hypothetical deal, they put in 50 grand for the land and permits. By the time we cash out refi, I'm usually able to get them a little over half. So like, let's say I get them 35 grand back. Get them
Off of 50.
Off their 50.
That's a fucking win, bro.
That's a win.
Still at
and
15
you
grand.
and you keep the deal?
Yeah.
What?
And they keep, 70%.
And how much percent are you giving them? 70% of the deal?
The same profit that we went into it with, they're keeping.
So
The original, this is the original investors.
Gotcha. So the original investors, not the ones, the new
Not the
ones.
new
Different story.
Different story. Yeah, smart man. So real quick, because you was Santa Claus. Yo, I was gonna give you some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you want to run play?
Everybody
So real quick. So okay, so they own 70% of the deal.
Yep.
You own 30% of the deal.
Right.
And that splits down even with rent cash flow.
Exactly, with the cash flow. Now, with those investors, well, like with the doctor, for example, I also get an 8% management fee of the gross rents.
Gotcha. And you negotiated that up front.
I negotiated that down the road. Yeah.
He was like, bro, this is getting a little ridiculous.
Yeah, man. If you lease the property in like a place like Sunnyside,
He got a hell of a deal.
Oh, he got a nigga. He's Santa Claus, bro.
Yeah.
He
So real quick, and he has to be appreciative because you've never stiffed him on a deal, right?
Never.
And you were upfront, transparent, right? Which is dope. I really appreciate the fact that you moved
Keep it
how
real.
you moved. Integrity. You told him everything. You gave him reports, good, bad, ugly. Mm-hmm. That speaks to you as a man and a business person. So shout out to you for that. Mm-hmm. So tell me this though. What is that relationship with him like now as an investor? You know?
That's all I want to know.
Yeah, now it's good. Like, it's a lot less checking in because he's less worried.
Yeah. Well, he done made his money back many times over at this point. He invested the money you done made him now.
That's a good point.
He invested.
Yeah, it's no losing. Yeah, he invested your money.
House money. Yeah, that's house money. So,
that's really your money.
Yeah.
Should have been.
Yeah.
But, like I said, people, I think getting started, again, remember I was 23.
Yeah.
Like, no reason why I really should have trusted.
Yeah. Facts.
So,
he was crazy for that.
He was a little crazy for that.
He's wild for that, bro.
Yeah.
So people getting started, they're like, oh man, I don't want to partner because I got to give up 50%. I'm like,
say something about that, because a lot of people just get into business, bro. They don't want to bust that thing down, but they want to do everything themselves.
Yeah.
That's a real conversation, because a lot of people don't even get started because they worrying about percentages.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
I know for me, I don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, I don't have to stay partnered with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I need all the experience I can get.
Exactly.
If you're willing to help me and take 80%, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Because it's
I learned the
on
whole
to the
thing.
next. Yeah, you know the play.
Yeah.
I learned to play on his dime.
It costs to be successful.
Yeah. So.
And you still got 10 grand in your pocket as a 23-year-old.
Exactly, which was.
It's better than a wholesale deal.
It's way better than $800 a month.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because that's why he got into it, because he only saved $800 a month.
Exactly. So I was ecstatic. So like I said, it was a win-win. He was definitely happy, right? Happy camper, so to speak, right? He's chilling.
He's getting no return like that nowhere in the world.
Yeah, which is why he kind of kept wanting to reinvest because.
So
yeah.
With those conversations, like now, do you still gotta pitch shit, or you be like, hey, I got this deal, the numbers is 180, go sell for 340, and he's just like, all right, send it.
Yeah, with pretty much any investor who I've previously done a deal with, now the way it works is I send a text message of, hey, got this deal, need 90 grand by, 2 weeks from now.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes or no, because I'm going to send it to my next guy.
Yeah.
So,
it's like either way,
right.
This is going down.
It's going down with or without you. So, like, are you in or are you out?
Yeah.
And if they're not, usually 9 times out of 10 they're in, and it's like, we're good.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. Because ultimately, just speaking from an investment standpoint, They have collateral in the land.
Yep.
Obviously. Are you putting these in new LLCs?
Yeah. So not each deal necessarily, but
Probably each partner.
exactly. Each
They got
partner
their
has
own
their own LLC. So like, in theory, we probably should do a new one per build, but they were just like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
a headache.
So each partnership is a new LLC.
New LLC, exactly.
Interesting. I like
That's
that.
nice.
That way
like
I can
that.
structure
And you
it.
draw this information up in your operating agreement?
Correct. Yep. So we'll have the 70-30% split, or for example, now it's more like 80-20 in my favor. We put that all in the operating agreement. I get a lawyer off of upcounsel.com. It's like a cheap, like if you need like freelance legal work, that's a good way to do it rather than kind of hiring a firm who's going to really tax you.
Charge you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick that knife in you.
Yeah. So
Do some simple shit.
right. Yeah, to like get an EIN and try $1,000. Yeah. So yeah, do everything up and up, in the beginning, and then put in the operating agreement, and we're off to the races. Yeah.
Damn.
That's a hell of a... Who taught you this, bro?
YouTube.
Yeah, you never.
YouTube
So you
University,
still never
man.
got mentorship? Well, you paid that $5,000 to the Twitter people. That's the only mentorship you ever got?
Yeah, and I don't even know if that's mentorship because a lot of them weren't. They're not developers. They're usually multifamily. They're already all rich people already. Like they've already made their money. Like the average person at the conference is probably worth like $10 million. So like me with my 10 grand in my pocket,
Yeah.
didn't mean anything to them.
Yeah.
They wanted me to go really because they wanted to invest. So they wanted to meet me.
Oh, they wanted to meet you.
Right, basically. Yeah, so it's a good
So
way
you
to
never you had zero mentorship.
zero mentorship, just mistakes after mistake after mistake.
So you looking to get a mentor, or you like, fuck it, it is what it is. If it come, don't it don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always open to it, but I'm gonna make it happen either way. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Damn. That is...
So you met Brittany before?
I haven't, but I'm a follower on Instagram. Big fan. Yeah.
I know Brittany.
Yeah. I met Gilbert. So Gilbert was you guys
we
had
know
Gilbert
Gilbert
on your podcast. Yeah. So like I met him before I got started, and he gave me some really good
pretty
pointers.
cool. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So but I don't say like officially mentor or anything, but he definitely was there to answer questions. So shout out to Gilbert.
All right.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
It's dope.
Yeah.
So you got 20 plus projects you've done. You're 27 now. And obviously you've made money on all of those deals.
Never lost money.
Never lost money?
So
Maybe the first one.
no, not that one. That was actually because the market was going up. It
just worked out.
It worked out great. There was a deal. This was just a couple months ago. Investor from Twitter that I had. We had previously done 3 deals, successful deals. There was another deal. This was in South Union, 77021, which is south of downtown, but like a little bit better area than Sunnyside. There's 4 lots that we got and wholesaler sent to me. I texted my investor, hey, need 400 grand by next week. It's like, cool, got it. He said, great. So close on it, and then I find out as we're getting the plans and permits that there's no utilities there.
Oh.
Yeah, that phase. If we could redo that one. We could redo that. That's what it was. It was.
Now, how much more extra money is that? Is that like what? $120,000 extra?
Yeah,
like 30,000 each lot?
150 total. So on that one,
Like fuck around, do 4. You better do a 4 unit on each of them, bitches.
yeah. So, but basically, what I did the same thing that I did with the first investor. I called him. Was like, hey,
Big problem.
big problem. This was like 8:00 at night when I found out. So of course, when he sees me calling, I've never called him out of the blue before. So
Yeah.
I know he's like,
Oh shit.
yo,
Yeah.
That's
You
half
can
a
hear my
mil,
voice
bro.
and say, hey, you got a second? You might want to sit down. So I call him like, here's the situation. Now, before I called him, I did some research. It's like, hey, so how much is it going to be to get it? How can we fix it? Like, I found out there's some potential city subsidies. Like the city will cover up to 70%, but you got to get like city council approval. So it wasn't going to be easy. So I was like, hey, here's where we're at with it. I think we should sell it. If we can sell it for what we got it for, that would be a win. Because you're going to have to put in another 150 because the bank's not going to finance those utility costs.
Yeah.
So like that has to be straight cash. And I was like, that's going to blow out the timeline too. Because I originally thought we could start building in a couple months.
Yeah.
And so we ended up selling it, or I was able to get it sold for the same price we bought it for, but after closing costs, it was like
yeah.
a 13 grand deficit.
Oh,
and so,
came out of pocket.
Yeah, I wired him 13 grand.
So you lost 13,000.
I lost 13 grand. Yep.
But you made him whole.
I made him whole. Yep.
And has he been open to doing more deals?
We just did another one last month.
So what are your investors saying right now with the market changing and interest rates damn near hitting 10%? They still cool with investing, or they pulling back a little bit?
No, they're still cool. I think because ultimately my entire pitch or idea is that because I'm playing in that affordable space, right? Like I'm really under.
Yeah, you under 300,
400K. Like there's not much out there, so I know people are still gonna want duplexes, and I know that worst case we can rent them if we can't sell them. Cash flow is gonna be very tight if we have to, refi at 9% next year.
Yeah.
But the point is that's the worst case, right? Worst case is we break even on rental. Not ideal, but we could, they'll live. But the more likely case is we sell it because, duplexes are pretty hot right now.
Nice.
So,
well, all these projects that you're building, what do you think you can save money at?
good question.
Do you ever look at that?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah. Now, there's like marginal stuff on the finishes you can save money on, but with some of these other projects we have coming on, back to your point about like building 6 units but splitting them up, that's what we're doing, right? So like of the 18, like 12 of those are actually I think all 18 actually. All 18 are 6 units that we have putting 3 duplexes on
Gotcha.
in one lot.
Gotcha.
And so when you do a project like that, we're doing a shared driveway. So shared driveway is, right, just like it says, all the access to the house is from that shared driveway. The problem with those is they cost so much.
Yeah, for the shared driveway.
For the shared driveway.
You doing underground retention?
Exactly. That's what costs so much, underground detention.
How much is that hitting for?
So I'm waiting on quotes for it, but it's looking like 100 to 170, which is a lot.
So what is the underground? I know it's like a retention pond, but like break that down.
Yeah.
It's like drainage. They got like kind of like a big French drain or some shit.
Basically, yeah. It's a massive French drain. Like some of the pipes are like 9 feet in diameter. So like you could literally walk through some of these pipes. Cement ones, which is why they're so expensive because they're cement. And then they got to excavate, right? Put them in the ground.
They got to dig deep for that.
Dig deep.
Yeah.
Connect it to the city storm sewer. A lot of times they have to add a manhole. You have to get a manifold, which basically allows the city to control your stormwater detention. So like the city will slowly exactly. So all of that, and on these small, projects where they're like only 400 grand, that really eats into your profit pretty quickly. So if you can save money there, so if anyone out there is in that business, I'm looking to buy one.
You want to be in the business of doing?
I'm gonna be in the business of doing that because
you might as well. That shit expensive, bro.
Shit's expensive.
You can probably cut it in half.
Yeah, 30-40%. I mean, will make a big difference. Yeah.
Wow. And it's not a lot of people in that business because it's hard to find people who actually do. Yeah, bro. I think it's probably maybe a blue ocean there.
So I was about to say, so if you find somebody, you probably in a wait line.
Yeah, maybe.
All the people I've talked to, I don't know your situation, but I know the people I've talked to, it's just real difficult to get like clear quotes. Nobody, it's still gray.
Yeah.
What are you seeing?
I feel the same, like very immature industry in the sense of like, if someone gets you a quote, it's like a text, it's probably gonna be 200 grand. It's not gonna be, right? When you go for a cabinet, you, like, but what is that?
Yeah.
Break out what I actually get. Yeah, and so the people who actually break it out, they're probably, I don't know, 2 times the cost that it needs to be. So I think there's some opportunity between the people who are just probably too busy and don't have time to do an actual quote versus the big guys and gals who got a full blown company. So
and they're gonna rape you.
Yeah.
Right.
Literally.
I bet.
Yeah.
Because they need you.
Yeah. Because it's city regulated. It's a city mandated.
Wow.
Right.
Ordeal.
And part of what I haven't shared publicly is this. Because of the livable ordinance, for those who haven't studied it,
I was about to ask you about that.
They're really trying to incentivize shared driveway, which means the amount of shared driveways and stormwater detention is only going to go up. You're going to need these people, these plumbers. You better, if you're building anywhere, you want to build more than one house at a time, you're going to need to make friends with one pretty quickly. So and
Pretty
that,
like now.
The prices finna go up there.
Either the prices are gonna go up, or more people
More
are gonna
companies.
flood. Yeah, more companies are gonna flood into that. You know.
But it's harder for more people to do the companies because all that machine is expensive. Excavators.
yeah,
That shit high, bro.
yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
A used one, you might be 60, 70,000. Probably way more than that.
So much money in the space though.
Yeah.
And so much demand that.
You probably need a crane. You need a crane for the big things, or
I don't think so, but yeah, like an
it's probably
excavator.
wasted with an excavator. But still, that shit high, bro.
Yeah.
Probably coming on a semi. Yeah, I mean, a lot of money in it for sure. So
So you got a shared driveway with how many units gonna be on that one?
3 duplexes.
That's dope though. So you get 6 units with 170 grand.
The land,
No, I mean the shared driveway.
shared driveway. Yeah, exactly.
That's not bad.
Yeah, the quote was from 100 to 170. So
And that's 6 duplexes, 12 doors.
3 duplexes, 6 units.
6
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
No, I wish.
Yeah, I was
You
about
see
to
what I'm
say.
saying?
Okay, yeah, that's tight.
Very
That's tight.
Very
So you
tight.
building all 3 of them at the same time, or you do one at a time?
Yeah, I built them all 3 just to
Yeah,
some
save money that way.
Yeah.
So how many different crews you got?
I really have one GC who's really been doing a lot of the duplexes.
Is that the same one you started with?
Good question.
I doubt it.
Mr. No Firewall?
Yeah. So
doubt
funny
it.
enough, what happened was with that guy. Oh, back to the first investor. So on those initial first projects, I gotta back up even more. So with that first investor, we bought 8 lots before we started any of them. So we had 4 going at one time.
When you didn't know shit that you was
Didn't
doing?
know a damn thing.
8 lots?
8 lots.
Bro.
And I had that's
40K a lot?
yeah, and sometimes 55 because those were prices were going up.
And you bought them all at the same time?
They were all like within
close to each
6
other.
months. Yeah,
Yeah.
4 to 6 months.
Bro, this doctor's crazy, bro.
Yep. And then I had 2 other investors who
Hey,
also.
bro, I'm gonna need his number, dog.
I sent it to you.
We do dumb shit
sure?
together.
You sure you want that number? That's 70%
Yeah,
different.
that's 70%.
Yeah.
It's hectic. It's hectic.
Fuck, I just want to build a relationship, bro. God damn.
Yeah. So back to the firewall issue, right?
Okay.
So imagine someone can probably forecast where this is going. We messed up the firewall on 1, but we're
Yeah.
building 4 at the same time.
So you built
4 problems.
bad 4 firewalls on all 4 of them.
Yeah. So
Yo.
I think it was 3. I think we caught it before the 4th one, but yeah, it was the same problem on each one. So I was just like,
How
oh
much
my
money
God.
did it cost you for each?
So
I think at least about 15, 20?
it really didn't cost. Oh, I made the contractor fix that for free. He wasn't.
Gotcha.
But what we lost was the time.
Time, yeah.
The time. We were paying interest on the construction loan, so we probably lost maybe $5,000 a house because it was like
About 20.
yeah. So it added up, blew out the timeline. But yeah, so long story short, that GC I ended up having to fire because he was taking so long on my projects. He basically took on some more profitable ones, and so
Slowing down.
Yeah,
Slow
especially
down
when
a
you
lot.
had him redoing all that stuff.
yeah, for free.
Yeah.
Which I think was fair. Anyway.
Yeah.
I took basically one of his subs that he was subbing everything out to. I promoted him as my new GC. So like the guy who was on site every day, actually kind of doing all the work, he's been like the new GC now.
Let me get that number.
Yeah. I'll send it
So
your
he
way.
basically stole his team.
I wouldn't say that because I mean he still hires them. Like the dude still does work for the other guy.
Gotcha.
It's just I cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
Because this dude was the one who's actually on site doing
Doing
everything.
the work. So he's really the GC. He was like the
Yeah.
project manager /
Basically.
So your profit should went up a little bit. Not really.
Yeah, not really because he kind of got screwed by the other guy. So
Not paying him as much.
Yeah.
On time and stuff.
So what I did was I kept the same price I was paying the other guy, and
He just made more money.
he made more money, which was a win-win. Because
Yeah.
I needed someone who knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
He won because he was making more money, and so yeah, it's been a good partnership for sure.
Beautiful thing, bro.
Yeah, man.
So he just working on yours, or he's still doing other jobs?
Yeah, he's other jobs. He does stuff all over. Yeah.
Wow. So what's the goal? What's the big goal?
I wish I had a master plan, but I don't think I really do. Again, I really want to develop in multiple places. So
Okay.
again, that same concept of like that 2 to 20 unit space, whether it be 10 duplexes on one lot or whatever. I want to do that here and other places. Austin, Dallas, Minnesota.
Now, with that, you want to sell them or you want to keep them?
I would like to keep.
So you want like a rental community, basically?
Yeah, I'd like to do a build and rent community, basically.
That's the same thing I want to do too.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Would you want to do it all in? But you want to do it all over the place. You don't want to do it in one like big like neighborhood.
I would do that, but the problem with, as you know, with Texas, like, property taxes and insurance are killer here. So I would like to do it here, but I would also like it in a state that property taxes aren't as bad. So I'm still figuring it out. I don't, like I said, I'm dumb. I don't know what I'm doing. Right? I'm going with the flow.
Going with the flow. But you got how many total builds have you done? How many doors have you built?
So the 46
doors.
Yeah.
Oh my God. 27 years old.
So what, 3 years?
And you have 18 doors. Now, how many doors you got under construction? I mean, under permitting now?
Yeah, 9 under construction
36.
and then 36 in permitting.
36 doors in permitting.
Yeah.
And 9 right now.
9 under construction.
Bro, you like
2 states.
Bro, you like Perry Homes.
Yeah.
Man, like what you?
Nah.
Bro, but I'm saying from a, because here's the thing, you infield.
Seem like you good
Right.
at that level.
Yeah, so you're doing massive volume. Respectfully, you know what I mean? And so tell me this. So what would you say income wise are you bringing in generally from that work?
Yeah, so once those finish, like I said, on average, it's been somewhere between like 20, on these future ones, it'll be like 25 to 35K per duplex.
Per duplex.
Like, actually, no, it'll be, because I also list them, so I guess I'll take
You're a realtor too.
realtor too. So maybe it's more like maybe 40 a pop.
40 a pop.
Yeah, so 40 per duplex. So 40 times
Nice, babe.
18 or something, or 30 times 18, somewhere in that ballpark.
A lot of
Yeah.
money.
Nice.
I don't count it until it's in there, though. You know.
Yeah,
You know,
real estate is crazy.
Yeah.
You didn't
so much
split that
going
shit
on.
already.
Yeah.
Ain't never got it.
And tell me this, I'm pretty sure, building process, you got people on the state take AC units.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk
You
about
got,
that.
you got people, homeless people moving in.
Yeah.
You got people taking the copper.
Oh yeah, still in the lumber.
Have you dealt with any of those issues?
All of it. All of it. Still in the copper, the lumber. I mean, I don't even know how many times I got in a call saying, or my GC, he's Hispanic, the Jefe. As soon as I hear that, I hear it in the voice. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
I stole the lumber. And one time, let me tell you a story. It's a company here. They dropped off the lumber, right, for the OSB, which is the plywood. Yep.
Yeah.
They dropped it off, took a picture of it, and then loaded it back on the truck. And we thought they stole it. We thought somebody stole it because they took a picture and sent it to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, good.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
And then we get there like 3 hours later, it's gone. I'm like, there's no way someone picked this up in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Unless he was following the truck. Sure enough, the neighbor's camera caught them.
Wow, running the play.
Running the play.
And did you call them out and catch them? And
so I did, but the neighbor wouldn't. I couldn't get the footage, so I couldn't really even say nothing because I didn't have the proof. I was like, I basically said, I called him and said, hey, do you know where the OSB plywood you dropped off is? And they're like, oh, we dropped it off. We sent you a picture. I'm like, yeah, it's not there.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it must have grew legs and someone took it. Now,
wow.
That shit added that.
coming from where I come from, man, I wanted to handle that very differently.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you mean it grew? But because, right, you got to be respectful, handle things appropriately. Business-wise. So I said, I didn't even mess with it. I checked it up as an L, called a different company, got it handled. But I'm trying to remember the name of that company.
Yeah, you definitely got to put the number there.
How much was the loss?
It was maybe like $4,000, $5,000. It wasn't terrible.
Come out of pocket.
Yeah. But it was just the principle.
Yeah, you better than me. I would have cussed them out.
Yeah.
And I would have sued. I would have paid
the lady for the footage.
I would have paid her for the footage.
Yeah. Because
so how did you find out that they did that? How did you?
The GC went and talked to the neighbor, and so that's when he called me. He was like, hey, we saw them loading it right back on there. And I was like, again, remember, I have my 9 to 5, right? So like I'm still dealing with this in between
Gotcha.
jobs. I'm
Yeah.
like,
So you didn't. So for you, it was more of a I don't even have the time to fight the fight.
yeah, it was like I'm
Keep the
gonna
project moving on.
Keep the project moving.
Keep it
$4
moving.
grand. I just take the loss. I'll get it back in 40 grand. later.
exactly. Another thing, I had to tell this one because this one in that same area, it's like down the street. We're building duplex. Some kids broke in, and
We got to find out who that company is too.
yeah, I'm gonna send you that.
Yeah.
Kids broke in, threw a rock through every single window in the duplex. So not only did they left the unit, went to the other unit, threw rocks through every single window, and the police caught them.
And let them go.
They caught them. They called me. I showed up. They're like, hey, we caught him. I'm like, great. I can't wait to prosecute. Right?
Yeah.
The officer is like, oh,
Can't do
they're
that.
13 years old.
Can't do
Do you
that.
still want to do it? I said, nah, man. I went to talk to the grandma. I said, what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
She kind of gave me a little sob story, like the dad's in jail. I kind of hit me for it a little bit. So I ultimately didn't do anything because it was a 13-year-old kid. Like, I feel like I didn't want to.
What was his rationale for?
His only reason was we thought it was vacant.
But still,
What does that mean? That's what I said. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm hoping like being in the back of that cop car taught him a lesson because he ended up getting off for it. Hopefully he doesn't do any bonehead stuff anyways. But yeah, so I dealt with it all. Contractor got robbed at gunpoint for his generator. You know, little stuff like that.
Sunnyside.
Sunnyside, baby.
sunny side shit, huh?
Yeah.
Come with it.
Bro.
That's with it.
L's come with the game, bro.
Any ACs lost?
Oh. Trying to think of how many. At least a couple. The wire's been taken out. Just happened in the townhomes. Just happened last week.
Like you took all your wire out?
Last week.
Yeah. Broke in, ripped out all the wire.
So what are you doing to mitigate? Like you put cameras on your projects, or
We have a fence. We have a camera that was
like you put the temporary fence?
temporary fence. A camera that they're monitoring it 24/7 supposedly. Yeah, so they say, right? And so they caught them on camera, but by the time they called the police, they were already gone. So I was like, you guys are literally not doing your job.
It's probably sleep.
So
Yeah,
you're using a camera system that has
A security system.
what's that thing that
It's got the siren, solar panel.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
can move from job to job.
So this one we don't own.
It don't
we
take
rent.
Wi-Fi.
You rent them.
Yeah.
Is it Wi-Fi or just solar?
They use cellular, right?
Yeah, I think they have cellular attached to
And
it.
how much is that a month?
It's expensive. It's like $400 a month.
A month?
$400 a month?
Yeah.
I thought it was like $150.
What's some
No.
cameras Malachi use? Don't he got like a solar?
You talking about Charles? Yeah, he used the solar joints and they cellular.
move.
The problem with that is you don't get the
Monitor.
security, the monitoring.
Right.
But it don't seem like the monitor work anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm not using them again. But again, yeah.
I think I know a company that does it cheaper.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Put me on, please.
I'm gonna try to get it. Wow, man, this is crazy. So, but all in all, how are you tracking all this stuff? Like QuickBooks? Like, what do you?
Yeah, my accounting is with Wave. Have you heard of Wave?
Yeah.
It's like QuickBooks, but it's a free version because I'm cheap. Yeah. So, yeah, I do go in there. I have an assistant who she'll,
Got like a VA?
Yeah, VA. She's in Mexico. She's, killer. She'll go in and mark each transaction of like for what project. And then I go in there and kind of double check it. So that's really my
Account system.
Yeah, there's nothing crazy, but
Yeah.
it's the job.
So who you shop with like for like you? What kind of accounts you have for like your lumber and all that? Like you have
Yeah,
credit lines with them, or you just pay your cash, or what that look like?
I don't because the GC is the main one ordering it. But
So
like,
he got accounts.
yeah, he has accounts. So I think on this last one we used like 84 lumber. They were fine. Yeah, so I don't have any of the accounts. So like that's why I said like I'm a developer, not a builder. Like if you told me to go build a house, I'd be like, I'm about to go call my guy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. I just like to know how to put it all together. But yeah, so they have all the accounts, which makes it really easy for me, right? Because the payments I'm tracking are just payments to the GC, right? I don't necessarily have to track exactly how much cabinets were because I pay him a fixed price.
Gotcha. Right. So you're not necessarily in the nitty gritty.
Exactly.
So because of that,
accounting is really
gotcha.
Easy. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So what's your price per square foot to build right now?
Right now it's a little over. It's like 104, 105.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not in today's market.
No.
They got people building way about 120. 130.
losing.
Yeah. I get my.
That's
GC.
more custom. That's more
Custom.
Yeah, when you start getting
Like a personal home.
Yeah, like a personal home, you can, bro, they more than that. Some builders
180.
180, yeah.
Crazy.
Them custom homes are crazy. But that's a different build. It's a whole different.
Everything. Better paint, better floors, better doors.
Yeah. So the system that I'm trying to build with the contractor that I'm working on will look like a custom home builder, but
the rental.
But I'm a build at a price point that regular builders can take advantage of.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So you know, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, bro.
So what's next, man? After the you don't even know yet.
Trying to get like you guys, man. That's it.
How long you plan on staying at the job? You plan on quitting full-time real estate, or you?
For now, no.
As long as it's cool, you good.
Yeah. So because being remote, it makes it easy.
Yeah.
If I'm on my lunch break, I need to check out a job site. Makes it easy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you really have no real reason to quit.
No, and that's the other thing too. I think people sleep on W-2s a little bit. If you can get a remote W-2, I mean,
you can't lose.
We're in your space.
Yeah, that's true.
Some people, it's funny. Some people are bored by that because they don't have anything else going on.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So real quick though. So you're making a killing.
I'm not making. I don't know about that.
I mean, because you got a job where you making close to six figures.
He said over 6 figures.
And then you got a side hustle
that's
where you
over
making
6 figures.
over 6 figures, well over 6 figures.
So you ain't losing. You're doing good.
I mean,
you still in that same duplex?
I bought an even worse house that I moved into because I got it for cheap.
And you rented out your other duplex.
Yeah, exactly.
She was like, I can get more money from that.
I get more money from that. Yeah.
So you got a single family.
A single family that was built like 70 years ago.
You redid the whole thing?
No.
You just
exactly.
You just live there.
I just live in it.
In Sunnyside.
In Sunnyside, in the hood.
You was just like, this is just a better deal.
I'm a deal junkie.
Yeah, and the lady cool with that?
For now, she's cool with it. Yeah. She knows like it's part of the process. Like,
but bro, lady younger than you, y'all same age.
She's 2 years younger.
But your net worth has to be over 7 figures at this point, right?
What you think it is?
What you think it is? You ain't even check.
It's around there. I don't know.
Bro, it's around there.
Yeah, I think it's around
there. Healthy. It's healthy.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of equity from the market in the last 2 years from the rentals that you do have?
Yeah, I mean, that made it so like...
It had to shoot up.
Yeah, it could pull out more than the investor's capital because the market had ran up so much on those refis. So like even though we refied at 80%, 75%, we pulled out, again, let's back to that example, investor put in $50K on the refi, we're pulling out 70, right? Pulling out all of his investment plus some, plus we're still cash flowing, right? Because a lot of those ones that we refied, we finished last year. So we refied at like 6.5, 5.5, 5.75. Yeah.
So really, I get what you're saying now. I see exactly what you're saying. So really, your first couple of deals, you made money, but you really gave your investors most of that money.
Exactly. That's what people don't understand.
So you're starting to make money now.
Just starting to. With 3 years in it, just starting to make it.
Because your experience has opened up doors where investors are more safe and now you're able to make more profit on your money.
That's good though, because now you got more experience, you got more relationships. So
I get it.
Now it's time to run it up.
So right now, you're just starting to really profit right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep, just starting to.
Big profit. You've been profiting, but now you got bigger profits.
Yeah.
Bigger profits. But again, like, it depends what you compare it to. I'm thinking like the people on Twitter, like I said, average person at their conference, 10 million net worth. Like, so that's what I'm thinking. That's why I feel like I'm not doing nothing.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to get up to that point. Yeah.
Shit, you gonna definitely be there.
Yeah, you gonna be there.
I
mean, if you think about it, bro.
Nobody in his age is doing that.
No, not at all.
You know?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Some young people killing it out there.
They do got some, but it ain't, it ain't many of them.
It ain't many of them,
No.
And it's funny, man. It's funny because I'm doing a similar approach, but the difference was I bought a lot of the stuff that I own cash.
I love it.
No, I don't. But here's the thing, though. I'm doing something new, and this may help you.
Yeah.
Instead of partnering with, I have a wholesale background, so I know how to talk to sellers. But instead of partnering with investors, I partner with sellers.
I like that.
at 80-20.
80 your way.
80 my way.
Ooh, now we talking.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what's cool about that is I can negotiate the land for free.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Use the land as collateral.
Use land as collateral to run a play.
Genius.
You know what I mean?
Genius.
And I put them on the whatchamacallit, and then if they have multiple siblings, I put the siblings as a beneficiary. That way I work with one person on the operating agreement. Yeah, absolutely.
Dang.
And you can pay them off on the refi if
And then
you
I pay
choose
them
to.
off on a refi if I choose to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I give them, but if they stay in the deal, I give them 20% of the revenue.
I'm trying to be like you, man.
That's the way.
That's it right there.
You know what I mean?
That's
You
how I
the
got my
wholesale
land.
background.
I got 20 acres.
Woo-wee.
It only cost $2,000.
Nah, that's crazy. I don't believe that.
Shit, I got the proof, bro.
Yeah, I gotta see it.
No payments, 3 years.
That's crazy.
Once we do the new bill, then we pay him as $200.
What? Hold on. How do you negotiate that?
Bro,
That's what we do, bro.
Yeah, let's.
creative finance.
So
that's what
for the people.
I'm gonna do the
living here-
builder in community on that.
Oh, you already got it. You're way ahead.
Yeah, I did that in February.
Damn. Yeah, no, I'm trying to get like you guys.
That's the wholesale. That's how it is. You know.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. You know what I need to do? I need to connect you with the people in our accelerator program because
They got lots.
bro, they got the wholesale. They go. You know what I mean? We got deals. So you give somebody, if you're a buyer, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fire.
Get you connected, or deals that I may not partner on, you may be able to partner direct with the seller. It's a different conversation,
Right.
but
It's a profitable kind of
it's a profitable conversation.
Very profitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Make some big money.
Yeah.
I like it, man.
I get like you guys.
So where can somebody find
Yeah,
you
man.
if they looking to find you?
Sound
man?
like Twitter's the place to go.
Yeah.
Twitter's good. Donovan Builds on Twitter, then Donovan_Builds on Instagram.
Are you on YouTube?
Nah, I really don't like making. I'm not patient enough to edit the videos.
Gotcha.
I think I tried, but I'm not.
Not your thing.
Yeah, not my thing.
You got any final words, bro?
No, I think, yeah, like I said, I was dumb enough to kind of get started. Like, I think if you run the numbers on what you want to do, doesn't have to be real estate. It could be a bunch of things, but yeah, just try it. If it doesn't work out, like usually the downside is usually little to none, especially if you're. No, I mean, all right. The downside on, for example, like a wholesale deal, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can spin your wheels. You can waste time.
Yeah.
But like you can buy a list for $500. You call it,
You can make 500 back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So the downside is low, but the upside is high.
Yeah.
So do things with exactly that. Little to no downside and asymmetric upside.
Love it. Well, that's another episode of No Stingy Energy, man.
Yes, indeed.
There's so many gems in here, bro.
It's crazy.
They got to watch it 2-3 times. Take their
2-3
notepad. I might have to go back and watch it.
Absolutely.
Me too.
This is a good one, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure if you haven't already, rate, comment, subscribe. Don't be a stingy ass person, bro. Like, don't do that, bro.
Now I say this, if you're on YouTube, comment the best gem you got below.
Yeah.
Comment the best gem you got below.
I like that.
I like that.
Yeah. With that being said, we out of here, baby. Peace.
Peace.